Hello, everyone. It's Jeannie. How are you? This part of the video is for my ASMR channel, and I will also be posting this over on my other YouTube page called JeannieB Here and There. This past December, we spent Christmas in Germany. And though we've been there pretty much every month out of the year, winter, spring, summer, and fall, we've never spent an actual Christmas there. And so we thought we would do that, but in a different kind of way. Not a touristy, gotta go see the sights kind of way. We were there for family, which makes a different kind of trip. Now, I say family. Rosie and Wolfie are like family. My family has known their family for decades and decades. And so to me, they are like an aunt and uncle. And recently, Wolfie has had a lot of back troubles. So I know he's not going to be doing travel anytime soon. So I thought, let's go to him and spend some time with them during the holidays. And so I want to go over just some of what we did. It was a very slow, relaxing, just 8 or 9 days. It wasn't a long trip. And it wasn't really a sightseeing trip, although I'm going to point a few things out to you. That if you've never gone, here are some things you could do or things you should see. Okay. Now, one of the things that we really try to do is pack, carry on only. Okay. I'm going to tell you something. We have never regretted packing too little. We have regretted packing too much. So we each have a little carry-on case, and my husband carries a backpack, and I also carry a foldable bag, I guess, and I can put things inside of there. I can put my regular purse inside of there, some extra stuff for being on the plane or being in the car, driving around, or on the train. We did not get a car this trip. We did not rent a car. So I'm going to go through some of these photos with you and the highlights of our trip. Okay, so here you see our suitcases. Easy peasy. Absolutely. When we left the Houston area, it was 84 degrees. And so we were heading into some cold weather. See, you can see here, 84. And here are our seats. And we were on a 777. So this is kind of what that looks like up there. And the first thing I do is get all my blankets ready, get my pillows ready, because I really just want to sleep. It's a night flight. And I want to wake up and be in Germany time as much as possible. I kick off my shoes and put on the slippers. You do not want to walk around with just your socks. Zane was right behind me, and I started off with some water, and you get the warm nuts. Yes, you can drink all the alcohol you want on one of these flights. Well, they're supposed to cut you off if you start getting, crazy. But I don't like to drink alcohol. Maybe a half a glass of wine might be the most. But alcohol interferes with your deep sleep. It interferes and adds to jet lag. So I really try to avoid alcohol on a flight. So let me show you the meal that I got. It starts off with a salad and some kind of some bread and some cheeses and some kind of crab dip. And then the main course was some vegetables and chicken. And this is the Vanity kit that you get. And Zane will demonstrate what's inside of these very exciting kits. We have an eye mask. It does an okay job. It's better than nothing. A pair of socks because your feet might get a little chilly, just in case you don't have any. Some tissues, those can come in handy. Some earplugs. And this Paracone MD little kit, which I really do appreciate. They do have this in the restrooms as well, in the labs. And it comes with a cleansing wipe, so you can take off all your makeup or wash your face. And it comes with a mist, which is a hydrating mist with vitamin C. Very nice, and it smells lovely. Some, what was this? Some eye gel. Just some firming cream for your eyes, moisturizing, and some hand cream. Some lip balm. And let's see, what else? This is important. It is a dental kit. And I love the toothbrushes they have in here. And of course, a little writing pen. And that's it. This is the mask I use, of course, my Manta mask. And it gets all the light out. This is me before putting on the mask. And then 6 hours later, I wake to breakfast. Now, the first thing we did getting off the plane in Frankfurt is we went down to the train station. And we're going to take a train to Ulm. It's about 2 hours. And this is the train schedule. For the most part, it's on time, but there can be delays. So you have to watch the signs overhead. Then first this. And this is the ice train, and it is fast and quiet. So you have to know which platform to be on and which train to catch. Now, something else to think about, you can reserve a seat in second class, which is just fine, or first class. And the first class is a little roomier, and it's more of a quiet zone. And so that's what we did. It wasn't that much more money, but the train itself is quite quiet. And they do have an attendant who comes and takes an order if you want a coffee or something to drink or a snack. So we are heading to Ulm. And this is the train. Look how empty it was. So we got into the Ulm train station and grabbed our bags, jumped in a taxi, and it took us to one of our favorite hotels, the Maritime. And here is our room. Bathrobes and slippers, I like that. So this is perfect for our stay in Ulm. And, hello Jeannie, we've got a beautiful view of the city. It's hard to see, but there's the Ulmer Monster off there on the left. And it's very quiet. You cannot hear the traffic. So we've walked over to Wolfie's, and on our way, this is what we see, this little bridge. This is right next to where Wolfie lives. That's his car. And the night was cold and beautiful. And now we're out on Wolfie and Rosie's balcony. And it's sprinkling a little bit. And he's got it all decorated for the season. And watching TV, some of these older shows, was so special. It's a little mix of snow and drizzle.
Say hello.
Too cold for me. I'm going in.
Oh, it's so festive.
They do such a cute job of decorating. Look at the chairs.
Oh, schön.
This is Christmas Eve, by the way.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Our family.
The family.
Good times. Yeah, many good times.
Great
We
day.
must have a toast with some schnapps. Here's some of the food. Oh, this salad was so good. And some sausages. And this sauce, oh my goodness. Now, the breakfasts at the Maritime, yes, I'm tired, are so good. They have an amazing breakfast buffet, but you can also order omelets and things like that if you want. Then we went walking around downtown Ulm. Now, if you were in Ulm as a tourist, this is probably something you would do. The church is the center of everything in most cities in Europe, and the same with Ulm. So we decided to walk around, see some of what they had, the markets. And I love the half timber architecture there. This is out our window, and it started snowing. Everything's starting to get a little dusting of white. But it doesn't stop people from going out. And this is all in front of the Münster Cathedral. the Christmas markets throughout Europe are really something to see. Yeah, I'm cold here. And so we're just walking around. I love this bridge. And this home here belongs to some friends of ours. Kunsthaus Frei, Petra and Michael. And here is where Rosie and Wolfie live. And this is the little Blau that flows into the Danube. After the markets, this is a bit what it looks like. And here's the Ulmer Münster. Now, this church, let me tell you about this church. Like I said, it's the heart of the city. It used to be the highest steeple, and it just lost that title. And you can walk up there. I cannot. That's like 600 and something steps. No, thank you. Construction began on this cathedral in 1377, and it took about 500 years to complete. Some of the things that slowed it down were wars, plagues, financial shortages, political changes. And another thing about this church is it was built by the people of the city, not by royalty, not by the church, the Holy Roman Church. And it really was something of the community and shows their perseverance. And it shows generations of dedication. So if your father was a Mason, it was very likely that you were going to follow him in his footsteps and be a Mason, and your child, the males, and work on this church, for generations. This is next to Wolfie's house. He normally has the cutest little garden here in the spring. It's just so cute. We actually buried a pet rabbit here one year, and there's a big stone that marks the grave. And so here we are on Christmas Eve day. And Rosie and Wolfie are cooking away in their little kitchen. And what are we having?
Okay.
Goose
Next time.
and potato dumplings and red cabbage.
Rosie and Wolfie.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wolfie showed me some pictures of his mother. This was just during and right after World War II. They lived in a bunker outside the main town. Many Germans had their homes taken away from them, and they had to find other accommodations. Wolfie's grandfather found an old storage bunker out in the forest, and they made their home there. He, according to what Wolfie says, was very resourceful, and he turned that into actually a very warm and comfortable home. And he was there for several years, and then they were given apartments by the American Army along with the German government, and they helped to rehome some of the displaced German citizens. That night when we got home back to our Maritime, we couldn't sleep, so we thought we'd watch a little TV. And we watched this old spaghetti western called Once Upon a Time in the West. They were called spaghetti westerns because they were actually filmed in Italy, because Italy, the landscape there looked like the Old West. Some were actually filmed in Spain as well, but this was filmed mostly in Italy as well as a Hollywood set. It had Henry Fonda. Look at him. Jason Robards, Charles Bronson. And it was old and corny, and it was all in German. And so I was doing my best to translate to Zane. And then we visited some friends. This is our dear friend Florian. And then, this is the day after Christmas, I believe, we went out to lunch, and it was called Blaufleisch. Blaufleisch. And I got my schnitzel fix satisfied. Here's their menu. And here's the Jaeger schnitzel, which is with the mushroom sauce. And this was a combination of different sausages. And here's mine, just schnitzelart. Just good schnitzel and good beer. Now, I cannot drink all that beer. Zane can drink that, but I cannot. I'll drink about a third. This is what our temperature was like. Then we went to go visit some more friends and sit around and just gab and talk. And then we're catching a train to Frankfurt. We are leaving Ulm. Now watch this. We're headed to Frankfurt. It's foggy and cold, and within minutes of leaving Ulm, the sky clears up because we're getting away from the river and that inversion layer. The colder it is, the more contrails you see in the sky from the airplanes. They are not chemtrails. I love sitting on the train and just watching life go by. Then we arrive back at the airport. We missed our exit, but that was no big deal. We jumped in a cab and headed to our hotel. Frankfurt has a very interesting history. Here's our hotel, the Western Grand. The nice thing about this hotel is it's very walkable to a lot of things in the old part of the city. It's a beautiful hotel with amazing service. We had points, so we were able to book a lot of this with our points. And here's our room. Very similar to the Maritime in Ulm. Very functional, although it is one bedspread, not two duvets. And the bathroom, while it was a little tight with that door, the shower was amazing and had wonderful water pressure. And they had lots of wonderful products. I love when a hotel has these magnification mirrors because I can't see very well, and it helps me put my makeup on without looking like, the Joker. So I love when they've got a magnifying mirror. We walked outside into the market that they still had going on there. See that vault? That is the German version of Uber Eats or DoorDash. And this guy brings you food from local restaurants that you order online. Quote, I love how people go out and just walk around. I love the hubbub of a city. While Frankfurt is often known for its modern skyline and its role as Germany's financial center, that is only one layer to this city. It's where modern life and daily living really coexist. It is a very international, diverse city. It's a very livable, clean, walkable, efficient, and well-organized city. The main river made Frankfurt a natural place for goods and money and people to move. And remember, where trade flows, finance follows. And that is what made Frankfurt the finance capital of Europe. As early as the Middle Ages, Frankfurt hosted major trade fairs, and merchants needed currency exchange. They needed credit and contracts and safe places to store their money. And early banks grew out of that need. Frankfurt developed a reputation for being relatively neutral, orderly, and reliable in finance. Trust is everything. So people became willing to do business there. And so the European Central Bank is there, and that really sealed Frankfurt's modern role. And of course, they've got the airport, which is a major hub for all of Europe and many parts of the world. And then we go to one of our favorite restaurants, the 12 Apostles. And this has some of the best food. If you are in Frankfurt, you have to eat at the 12 Apostles. It is fantastic. Here's what it looks like inside. I love all the old pictures on the walls. And look at this old part of their brewing. And I am hungry. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? I love these old pictures of what it was like as they were rebuilding after the war. So we're there, and I'm hearing American country music. German restaurant. And they're playing American country music. Look at this winter menu. And of course, we have a beer, and we had to take the little coasters. My body was begging for a salad, and this was delicious. So we shared the salad and the Jaeger schnitzel. And then we started walking around, and you have to go downstairs. This is where the magic is. So I'm taking pictures, I'm taking little videos. Look at this place. It's so fantastic and original and unique. The owner came and invited us in to where he actually brews the beer. And these vessels, he said, were over 300 years old.
Yes. Yeah. Das ist 300 Jahre.
How many?
300 Jahre.
200? I said 300.
300 Jahre.
Oh,
Yes. Dat is de bier hier.
If these kegs could
Dat is
talk.
Copper?
geld. Alles is dat. Dat is 1000 liter.
And alles goed yes?
Yes. Hier. Toen 2 wochen blijven hier.
Ah.
Gisteren thee. Blijven hier. Maar we komen 2 hier. 3 dagen hier. 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 Dat is goed. Al keer.
Yeah.
Is the fest. Yes. So good.
Look how clean everything is.
Oh, beer?
Beer, yeah.
Here's some more of those scooters. They're all over town. They also have these kinds of scooters that you could rent, but we will actually use Ubers. This is down on the Main, the River Main, and this is the main transportation hub where trade came and went, and it is a tributary of the Rhine. Oh, it was a beautiful day. Just beautiful. We walked along here for a couple of hours. The old architecture is fantastic, and there are always lots of things to see just walking around the city. This is the old town. And of course, I needed some Glühwein. This was actually apple wine, hot apple wine. Just what you need on a cold day. Then that evening, we went to an amazing Italian restaurant called Quattro. And they were from Sicily, I believe. Look at this salad. Look at that salad. I had a little rosé and Zane had beer. And spaghetti, and I can't remember what that was, but of course the tiramisu dessert. And here we are back at the airport, ready to fly back home. We're in the United Club Lounge, just getting a little snack while we wait for the plane. And my seat, my little cabin area, a little snack, salad, and then this meat. It was actually quite delicious. And you get black pepper, salt, and red pepper. And here we are flying back into the Houston area. The funny thing is, the jetway thing was broken, and it took a half an hour for them to fix that so it could get to the plane so we could exit. We were so tired. It's like, come on, just give us a staircase. And of course, our kids were so happy to see us. There's Leo and Sputnik and Apollo. And Margot was squeaking around there somewhere. There she is. She got the zoomies. She was so happy. Ah, my vitamins. So all those vitamins that I packed, I did not take. And I did not drink enough water while I was there. And that was my mistake. I forgot I was going to bring one of these, empty containers and fill it up. And I forgot to. And it really had a detrimental effect on me in terms of recovering from the jet lag. I know it. My energy when I got home was so low for about a week, 10 days maybe, about 10 days. So going off your vitamins, not drinking enough water, huge mistake. Huge mistake. So if you're going to travel, continue doing whatever routine that you are used to doing. Don't stop taking vitamins. Don't stop drinking your water. So coming home was tough for me because it caught up with me. So this trip wasn't really about sightseeing so much. It was more of a quiet visit to some dear friends, some walking around, some beautiful cities. And there's so much culture there to see and experience, whether you do the touristy things or not. Just walking around, that cafe culture is very strong. Sit down, have a cup of coffee, a beer, something, cold to drink, and just people watch. It's such a beautiful place to do that. Touring the churches and cathedrals is always something that is just so fascinating given the beauty and the age of these places. I did come to the realization that I prefer warmer weather. I used to be able to do the colder weather and not have it affect me so much. But I'm a warm weather girl. And, I think I would rather visit in the late spring, summer, or fall. And I really do like the fall after, say, Oktoberfest, because it's very crowded. But if you do come during Oktoberfest, that's a fun time to be there as well. Yes, it's more crowded. Absolutely. Germany has so much to offer in just walking around. There are bus tours you can take that you can sign up for, private or group tours, or the hop-on, hop-off buses that give you a lot of options to seeing some of the sights. But for us, this trip was slow. It was about spending quality time with our friends, doing a little bit of walking around, a lot of great eating. Oh, I could eat schnitzel every single night. And just kind of being one of the locals in terms of being in Ulm. So, and Frankfurt, we loved just walking around. Zane used to do lots of his layovers there. And sometimes I would go and meet him and we would just walk around for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. Down by the river, we always ate at the 12 Apostles. So you must eat there. And now Quattro is another favorite. So I hope you enjoyed this little trip of ours. It wasn't a big, magnificent touristy trip, but it was just a quiet thoughtful, meaningful trip for us. Okay, I will sign off for now. See you in the next video.